Hello everybody, Inter back again with another video. And today's video, guys, is gonna be about Novak Djokovic. I'm on this Novak Djokovic topic. Do I truly believe that Novak Djokovic will not win US Open 2019? Yeah, my friends, I know that I did a video yesterday where I said that Novak Djokovic will not win US Open 2019 with this sore shoulder. And yeah, guys, that's the question. I've been working today and I've been driving and thinking and analyzing. Because for me, it is very difficult to go against Novak Djokovic. It is really difficult for me because I truly believe that he is the best tennis player in the world. I truly believe that he is in his own league. He's better than everybody else, and the ranking is saying that as well. Not only me. He is the superior world number one. I had him as the favorite in Australian Open. He delivered it. I had him as the favorite in Wimbledon. He delivered it. Even though in Wimbledon he was only 1 point away to losing against Federer, but in the end of the day, who lifted the trophy? Djokovic did it. Unfortunately for us Federer fans. In French Open, he was not my number one favorite. It was Nadal. So Nadal delivered there. And here in US Open, I have Novak Djokovic as my number one favorite as well when I did my preview. And will I change my pick? No, I will not change my pick. Even though I did a video yesterday when I said that Novak Djokovic will not win US Open 2019 with this sore shoulder, I truly believe that I think his shoulder is sore. I think his shoulder is not 100%. But I think that he is still healthy enough to win US Open. I really believe, and I will not change my pick. I usually never change my pick. Maybe Novak Djokovic will not win US Open. I am not 100% sure. Am I as confident that Djokovic will win US Open like I was with Djokovic in Australian Open? Like I was with Djokovic in Wimbledon? Am I as confident in this fourth Grand Slam event, which is US Open, obviously, in Djokovic? Am I as confident in Djokovic this time around? No, I am not. And the only reason to that is because of this question mark with his shoulder. That is the only reason. If Djokovic was 100% healthy, I would never be doubting in Djokovic. I will never doubt in Djokovic. Why? Because he is the overwhelming favorite outside French Open, in my opinion. He really is. He is the superior world number one. He is the best mental player in the world. He is stronger mentally than Federer. Absolutely. He is stronger than Federer with at least 2 classes. 2 classes higher. He is stronger than Federer mentally. And he is stronger mentally than Nadal as well. Not 2 classes, but 1 class, at least. In my book, at least. So, and he is the best tennis player in the world. He is the most complete tennis player in the world, in my opinion. He does everything good. Backhand, forehand, serve, returns. He can defend good. He has offensive skills as well. You basically feel hopeless when you face Novak Djokovic because you don't know what to do, where to attack. To attack his forehand, you will be punished. To attack his backhand, you will be punished. To try to go big with your shots, yeah, it can work for 1 set, maybe 2, but will it work the entire match? Most probably not, because you will do a lot of unforced errors. So Novak Djokovic, in my opinion, he is still the number one player to beat in US Open. I will not change my pick. I never change my pick. When I say a player before the event start will win the tournament, I usually don't change my pick. If Novak Djokovic loses before lifting that title, then I will say another name who I believe will win it. I can say it already now. If Novak doesn't win it, then the second player to win it for me, it is Rafa Nadal. And that's why Rafa Nadal is also my number second favorite before this event started, when I did my top 8 favorite list. So I will not change my pick. I still believe that Novak Djokovic will win US Open. I am not super confident. I am not super confident about that. Absolutely not. He can be defeated, especially with this sore shoulder. But I don't think that this sore shoulder is that deadly serious. I think that he has troubles with it. I think that it bothers him absolutely. But I don't think that it is not unplayable. His sore shoulder is not making his game unplayable. That's what I believe anyway. Because if that was unplayable, he would pull out the tournament. And I think that his team will do everything in his power just to make that sore shoulder to last at least for 7 to 8 more days. That is what is left on this tournament. They will give him a lot of painkillers as well, just to make him good enough, pain-free enough to at least play 4 more matches. That is what is left for him if he survives 4 more matches, which I believe he will do. Because I just feel that Novak Djokovic is the best tennis player out there. I really feel he is the most all-around tennis player out there. He has won 2 Grand Slam titles this year, more than anybody else in the world. He has won 4 out. He is the player who has won 4 out of the last 5 Grand Slam tournaments played. We all know that. He won Wimbledon last year. He won US Open last year. He won Australian Open this year, and he won Wimbledon this year. The only Grand Slam tournament that he has not won the last 13 to 14 months, it is French Open, clearly, obviously, this year. So I don't feel super. Look, my friends, I always give my analysis, my arguments, what I truly believe. I truly believe deeply inside that Djokovic still can win US Open, and Djokovic will win US Open. I believe that. I cannot go against this dude. I really can't. He is so good. He is so complete. He is so strong here. He is so strong here. It is the Grand Slams that he chases. He has said it himself. I want the Grand Slam record. I chase the Grand Slam record. I am most motivated in the Grand Slam tournaments. And he will do everything in his power to play 4 more matches. He will do everything in his power to play 4 more matches this year. If this tournament was not a Grand Slam tournament, he will be pulling out already, guys. Already. If this was a Masters, if he had same troubles in Cincinnati 2 weeks ago, he would never play that match against Medvedev in that semifinal. He would never have played if he had the same problems like he has here in New York. I know that he had some troubles in Cincinnati as well with his shoulder, but I don't think that the pain in Cincinnati was as much as it is here. I really don't think so. But it is a Grand Slam, and that's why he will fight. He will give it his all. He will take those painkillers, what is needed, what is necessary to play the matches. And when this tournament is over, I think that Djokovic most probably will not play any tennis the entire season. Maybe he will play the World Tour Finals, maybe. But these other tournaments like Shanghai, Paris, forget them. I don't think he will play them. So Djokovic will do everything in his power. Djokovic's team will do everything in his power to make him in good shape, to make him as pain-free as it is possible with everything they have on the store, everything they have with pills, you name it, just to play those matches. And I think that he is dangerous, and I think he is still the number 1 player to beat. Come on, guys. Now he will face his first test. Guys, these 3 opponents that the big 3 faces, Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer, I don't want to be too harsh, my friends, but they are losers, my friend. They are losers. Come on. Djokovic will not lose to Kudla. Federer will not lose to Evans. Nadal will not lose to Chang. They will not do it, man, my friends. They will not do it. Everybody knows that. Even their opponent themselves knows that. Look at Nadal. Nadal is just destroying the low-ranked players. Do you remember what I said a couple of days ago? When I said, look at the first round. Look at the first round. Rafa will be the player of the big three who will lose least games. And was I right or was I right? Of course I was right. Rafa was the player who lost least games of these big three. Why? Because Rafa is that consistent. He has that consistency level in point in and point out. That is remarkable. I have never seen a player like that. And that's why he is the player, without any question of doubt, who makes the low-ranked players so helpless. Djokovic and Federer cannot make the low-ranked players as helpless as Rafa does. But that doesn't make me believe that Rafa will win the tournament. No. That I will not be fooled. I will not be fooled like many tennis people around the world started to believe in Australian Open 8 months ago when Rafa destroyed the field. And many believe that Rafa will now beat Djokovic in the final as well. I was not one of them, because I have seen Rafa doing this in 10 to 15 years now. So it is one thing to crush Tsitsipas in the semi-finals like Rafa did in Australian Open, and a total different story to taking down Novak Djokovic, who is one of the greatest tennis players of all time, who is the most complete tennis player of all time, in my opinion at least. So what Rafa Nadal does before facing Novak Djokovic, and to some extent Roger Federer as well, I don't care, my friends. I don't care. Rafa will face his first test now against Cilic in the 4th round. Cilic has been a disaster for 1 year or half or something like that. I don't see Cilic as a big test for Rafa Nadal, to be quite honest. I don't see any player on Rafa's side as a big test. I don't see. Cilic is dangerous. He has found some groove here in the US Open. He has found some form here in US Open. At least he has won 3 matches. I don't know when did Cilic won 3 straight matches the last time. I don't remember. It must be a very, very long time ago, because Cilic has been knocked out first and second round for a year or something now. So, but Cilic doesn't have the consistency level. Cilic doesn't have the shot tolerance to hang on with Rafa Nadal from the baseline. Absolutely not. And Cilic will go for it. We know that Cilic will go for it. He will pull the trigger. But will Cilic hold down his errors? No, he will not. I think Rafa will defeat Cilic in straight sets. To be quite honest, my friends, I don't see anybody in Rafa's side challenging Rafa. He will take down Cilic. Then Rafa will face, in the quarterfinals, he can face Zverev, who is going good. Zverev is going good. Zverev has won 3 matches. He has impressed. He has surprised me. Even though he's a top 10 player, but we all know that Zverev has been a disaster this year, especially at slams. He has been and not only on slams, to be quite honest, he has been a disaster in the whole year, more or less. Yeah, I know he has won 2 tournaments, I believe, but they have been small tournaments. They are not been any big tournaments. So Zverev has been a disaster. So Zverev to win 3 matches here in US Open so far, it is a success to him. So maybe Zverev will go to that quarterfinals. Maybe, if he can come through Schwartzman in the 4th round, because I think that Schwartzman will win I think that Schwartzman and Zverev, one of those 2 players will face Rafa Nadal in the quarterfinals. Schwartzman or Zverev. I believe still most likely it will be Schwartzman. I think, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because Zverev he has found some form as well here in US Open, which I didn't expect, to be quite honest, because I am not a big fan of Zverev's game nowadays. He's so inconsistent. But anyway, no matter who he faces in the quarterfinal, Rafa Nadal, Schwartzman or Zverev, Rafa will take down that player. Rafa will make easy work with that player. Rafa is not threatening this in his side. And then Rafa can face Rublev or Kyrgios. Maybe Kyrgios goes to that semi-final, which I doubt, but maybe, who knows. But will Rublev take down Rafa? No. Rafa is in that US Open final. Rafa will go to that US Open final without having a really, really big test. Because all of those players who could give Rafa some troubles, they are already knocked out. And especially one player, which I'm thinking about, it is, of course, Dominic Thiem. He was already knocked out in the first round. So, then Rafa will face his biggest test in that US Open final. And in my opinion, it still will be Novak Djokovic, because even though Novak Djokovic has a really tough draw, now he will gonna face Stan Wawrinka. We all know that Stan Wawrinka is a really dangerous player. He has defeated Novak Djokovic before in slams. 3 times, I believe, he has defeated Novak Djokovic in slams. 2 of those times has been in finals, in Grand Slam finals. But at all respect to Stan Wawrinka, he is dangerous. He hits big from both wings. He can really, really hit through Djokovic. He can really do that, even though Djokovic is super great from the back of the court and he can defensive really good. But will Stan Wawrinka hold down his errors? I don't think so. I don't think so. Stan Wawrinka, I believe he did 50 unforced errors in his last game in the third round against a player who is not named Novak Djokovic. So we can just imagine how many errors Stan Wawrinka will do against Novak in that fourth round. I think that Stan can take max 1 set, and maybe of you, and then we have that shoulder of Novak who is maybe a little sore, but I have to think. We have to think, my friend. It is the left shoulder. It is not the right shoulder. If it had been the right shoulder, it would have been a more disaster scenario for Novak Djokovic. But it is the left shoulder. Not that Novak Djokovic is not using the left shoulder, because he is using the left shoulder as well, of course. But I think that if it had been the right shoulder, the case would have been even more disaster for Novak Djokovic. I believe so anyway. And like I said, I think he is not 100% healthy in that left shoulder, but he looked good against Kudla. I saw that he did most of his stuff that he usually does. He just looked pretty sore in that second match against Leonardo, but in the Kudla match he looked good. So, and he will take a lot of painkillers. So I think that Novak Djokovic is 90% healthy, not 100% healthy, but 90% healthy. And let's face it, my friends, Novak Djokovic doesn't need to be 100% healthy. It is good for him to be 100% healthy. But look at what he did to Roger Federer in that Wimbledon final. Novak was not playing amazingly good. He was good, but I have seen Novak Djokovic. That Wimbledon final against Roger Federer, that was the most vulnerable Novak Djokovic I have seen in a Grand Slam final in a while, in a really, really good while, my friends. Despite all that, he defeated Roger Federer. That is proof to me that Novak Djokovic can defeat Stan Wawrinka, Roger Federer, Daniil Medvedev without being at 100% top level. So I think that Novak Djokovic still will make it to that US Open final. He's just too good. He's just too consistent. He's just a mental terminator, my friends. He is a mental terminator. When he goes out on the court, he believes really inside in him that he is better than everyone. In his mind, he doesn't think players, Federer, Nadal, Stan Wawrinka, Daniil Medvedev, they are better than me. He doesn't think like that. He has that mental champion mentally in him, in his head, that he is better than everyone, especially in slams. And to defeat Novak Djokovic in Grand Slam tournaments, it is really difficult. Forget what has happened in Masters. Novak Djokovic has only won 1 Master this year. He is not as difficult to defeat on Masters like he is on Grand Slams. Period. And do I feel comfortable to go against a player like that? No, I don't feel comfortable. I have a reason why I picked Novak Djokovic to win this tournament in the first place before the event started. And the only reason why I started to doubt on him was because of that left shoulder. Because how good and super consistent, super solid, and super talented Novak Djokovic is, he still needs to be 100% healthy to beat players like Federer and Nadal. But I think that Novak Djokovic can beat these two players even when he's 95% healthy, which I believe he is 95% healthy. Not 100% healthy, but I think he's 95% healthy. And Djokovic's biggest challenge will be Rafa Nadal in the final. That is my opinion. Roger Federer, I don't trust in Roger Federer, my friends. He is great, the Super Swiss. He is so talented. He is a really shot maker. He can take the racket out of anybody's hands in the world. He really can do that. But when the big moments comes, if the matches gets close, do I trust Roger Federer against Novak Djokovic in that semifinal? Because I believe Roger will get to that semifinal. Roger has a big test now with Goffin, who has looked really good the last 2-3 months. But I think that Roger will come through Goffin. I think that. I'm not sure, but I think that. And then Roger, in the quarterfinal, he will face Dimitrov or the Diminar from Australia. And I fancy Roger's chances against both of those players. I really do. You never know with Roger. Roger is not as consistent as Djokovic and Nadal, obviously. So you never can be sure with Roger Federer. But my feeling is that Roger will go to the semifinal and he will face Novak Djokovic there. I think Novak will come through Stan Wawrinka, and then Novak will face Daniil Medvedev. Daniil Medvedev will not be an easy task, absolutely not. But is Daniil Medvedev ready to take down Novak Djokovic in 5 sets? Is he? Is he physical strong enough to take down Novak Djokovic in 5 sets? I don't think so. Even if Novak Djokovic is not 100% healthy in his left shoulder, I think that Novak Djokovic will take Daniil Medvedev down even with a 95% sore shoulder. That is my feeling. Novak Djokovic is better than everyone. He really is. On this court, on hard courts, he is better than everyone. It is the reason why he is the superior world number 1. The ranking doesn't lie, my friends. The ranking doesn't lie. Simple as that. And then Rafa Nadal in the final. Rafa Nadal will be Novak's biggest challenge. It will be. Rafa Nadal is Rafa Nadal. He is the world number 2 for a reason as well. He's behind Novak Djokovic. But I don't know, my friends. I just don't trust in Rafa Nadal against Novak Djokovic on fast surfaces. Even though the US Open is not super fast, but it is still hard court. And Rafa has not defeated Novak Djokovic on hard court since 2013. It is 7 years, my friend. 7 years. 7 years. That is a quite time. 7 years. So Rafa Nadal will not. Rafa Nadal has tremendous respect for Novak Djokovic. Djokovic destroyed Rafa Nadal 8 months ago in Australian Open final. He just destroyed him. And if somebody of you just dares to say to me that Rafa was not healthy, just don't do it, because you know that I will go crazy if you do that, my friends. He was totally fine, Rafa Nadal. He was totally fine. So don't come with me that he was not healthy, because he was that. But no, Rafa just ran to a monster that day in Australian Open final. He just ran to a monster. So I have said it before, and I will say it again. Novak's highest level is the highest that I have ever seen. Period. But Novak Djokovic doesn't need to produce that kind of tennis again to defeat Rafa Nadal. He doesn't need to do that, because I don't think that Novak is capable of produce that kind of tennis again with that sore shoulder. I don't think so. If he did that, I will be tremendously surprised. But I think that a super good in mode Novak Djokovic can defeat Rafa Nadal in the final. We don't need the monster mode Djokovic to defeat Rafa Nadal. We don't need that, because if Novak gets to that monster mode level, Rafa is without any chance. Nobody can defeat Novak Djokovic. But Novak Djokovic cannot go to that monster mode with that shoulder. I don't think so. But Novak Djokovic can definitely go to that great mode level with that shoulder. He can go that, and with a great mode level, Novak defeats everybody in the world, my friends, even Rafa Nadal. So I still have Novak Djokovic as my number 1 favorite to win US Open. I just can't go against him. I just can't, my friends. I just can't. And maybe I will be wrong, maybe I will be right. Time will tell. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.